Hey everybody, how's it going? Today we're going to take a look at the Child's Play franchise and we are going to rank the original run along with the 2019 reboot. I am not going to be including the television series that premiered on Sci-Fi. I'm just including the films. And we're going to, this is my opinion, just from worst to best. I have an emotional, nostalgic attachment with Child's Play and Chucky. As a young little kid, Chucky freaked me out, but I loved it. But, as the series went on, in my opinion, it got a little crazy there towards the end. And then we had a couple of direct-to-VOD movies about 10 years ago. I think 2013 and 2017 that were pretty good. I didn't mind that. And the 2019 reboot, I knew I went into that film extremely prepared, knowing that I was not going to be seeing Charles Lee Ray, Brad Dourif voicing Chucky. This was a whole new thing. So I had to go in there with a clean slate, an open-ended mind, so I am including that film in this run. So we're going to take a dive into this, and we'll see where I'm at. So the first film we're going to look at today, bottom of the barrel for me, coming in at number 8, is Seed of Chucky. Sadly, this was my first theatrical experience of this franchise. I thought it was pretty cool sneaking into the theater to see this movie with a couple of buddies. We were in like 6th, 7th grade or something, and, I had been waiting a long time. At this point, I had seen the original Child's Play trilogy and Bride of Chucky God knows how many times, countless times growing up as a kid, and I was ready for this. I was excited, but I did not expect this. This is a very, very sad film, in my opinion. Nothing against the character of Glenn/Glenda, just the way the film portrayed it, the way they utilized that character. And, you would expect Chucky, you know what I mean? He would want to be that sadistic, crazy father, and then Tiffany being that, that loving mother kind of thing. It didn't work. This movie just jumped the shark way, way too much. I'm not going to go into crazy, crazy detail on why I really hate this film to the degree that I do, but words cannot describe it. And when it comes to the Child's Play franchise, this is the movie that I have yet and never will subject my wife to. Thank you. Then we have Cult of Chucky from 2017. So this was the second VOD Child's Play film. I didn't mind this so much. I was all right with it. We had Alex Vincent coming back as Andy, the whole Cult of Chucky kind of thing, the multiple different Chucky personalities, we had, Fiona Dourif's character, it was pretty much taken over in that spirit at the end, with that court case. It got pretty crazy there at the end, and then Jennifer Tilly showing up, we had, got a rock Tiffany coming in there. Just the way this got kind of crazy after Curse felt like such a good return to form. This got a little too crazy for me, but I can still appreciate it. And they are using a lot of, when it comes to the television show, they have been using a lot of aspects from this film in the television show, which I would say is making me appreciate it a little bit more. I don't hate this film, but I don't love it. And then we have Child's Play from 2019. As I was saying before, I went into this film extremely, extremely prepared and knowing this was not going to be a remake of 1988's Child's Play. This had a totally different tone and feel to it, and I was all right with it. I knew Brad Dourif was not going to be voicing Chucky. I knew this was not going to be Charles Lee Ray, and that Andy was going to be a little bit older, and so on and so forth. That the AI doll thing, it did not bother me. Mark Hamill gave a performance and made it his own. So I can appreciate this kind of a reboot, remake, however you want to look at it, a lot more than some others, because I did have plenty of time to prepare and really, really get on board with it. And I don't look at this and compare it to the original film. I look at this through a whole different lens, and I think that's why I'm able to appreciate it and be cool with it. I was all right with the older Andy kind of thing, and with, they still had the detective thing, the neighbor being that, detective cop thing. It wasn't the same as Chris Sarandon, but, it's all right. Chucky was still pretty menacing, and the AI, the buddy doll thing, it was all right. I'm okay with this, and I can definitely rewatch this and have a good time. We got a pretty good movie here. We got a fan favorite in Bride of Chucky. I was like probably 5-6 years old when I saw this for the first time, and I had already seen the first 3 Child's Play movies, so getting to see a little bit more of a comedic Chucky, not that he didn't get kind of comedic in part 2 and 3, but the addition of Jennifer Tilly made the Child's Play franchise definitely lean more towards the comedy horror kind of thing. It was all right. I love the look with the stitched up face and everything else. It was pretty fun, and Jennifer Tilly does steal the show. It was a very good, they took a gamble in this. This kind of came out in that run when Scream revitalized horror. And maybe if this had come out, I don't know, in 95 before Scream, who knows? This probably could have been a pile of dog shit, but horror was cool again after 1996. This was in 98, so I think a lot more people were open to this. But I love this film. I go back and rewatch it all the time. I have a blast. I can laugh at this all day, every day, and it is a staple, and it's an all-time classic. I love Bride of Chucky. Then we have Curse of Chucky. This was the first, straight-to-video Child's Play film. After the dumpster fire of Seed of Chucky, I don't think any studios really wanted to take a chance on bringing Chucky to the big screen, and I'm all right with that. I'm all right. It's okay. It didn't bother me too much. I saw this right when it came out, and it felt like such a return to form. It really felt as if Chucky was menacing and scary and lurking again. Brad Dourif's daughter, Fiona Dourif, in that wheelchair right behind, you see her right here on the cover, is a fantastic addition to the franchise. Just how Jennifer Tilly kind of was like a Energizer bunny to the Child's Play franchise, I feel the same way about Fiona Dourif's character. And I'm cool with it. I'm all right with this, and that the setting in that house and the family, it was awesome. It felt really dark and scary again. I love watching this film, and I would have liked to see what it would have been like if this got a theatrical release. It would have been. I think this movie could have done all right. I think word of mouth could have gotten this to support itself, and we could have been still seeing Chucky on the big screen today, but whether or not this was in theaters or not, this was a VOD film. I don't look at it any less. I still really, really enjoy this film. Then we have Child's Play 3. I do really like the military setting. I don't care that Alex Vincent didn't return for this, and they had an older Andy kind of protecting another young child. It was a little different. The third act with the carnival setting and the way Chucky dies in this was fantastic. I really was all right with it. After Child's Play 2, you started seeing the one-liners and that sarcastic, comedic, badass side of Chucky, and you saw it more in this film. And it doesn't bother me too much because of the character and the personality of Chucky. I'm all right with it. I do really, really enjoy Child's Play 3, and that's why I have it ranked in third place. This might shock some people because I do know a lot of people have Child's Play 2 at their number 1, but I keep it at number 2. I love Child's Play 2. Everything about it. Chucky did get, like I've been saying throughout the video, he gets a little crazy and comedic throughout this film, and it carries on throughout the franchise, but you don't fuck with the Chuck. The one-liners, there's so many quotable lines in this, and the addition, like one of my favorite characters in the franchise, the addition of Kyle was fantastic. The way her and Andy rubbed off of each other, it was like it was a match made in heaven. I really, really liked it, and I was so happy to see them both together again in the television show, and I really hope when the rest of season 3 comes out here in next month in April that we get to see a finality to that. I really, really hope so, but, how's it hanging, Phil? Those asshole foster parents, why the fuck would you have that doll in that closet with that traumatized kid coming into your house? How bad can you be? I mean, that's just ridiculous. That still bugs me. Even I know it's a movie, but that's just pure and utter disgusting. It's awful. I can't stand it. So, that man got what he deserved. Chucky took him out, and he deserved it. But the final act in the toy factory is just such an epic climax, and it's just fantastic on all levels. But then we have the original 1988 Child's Play. This film did come out towards the end of the decade, the 80s, the decade of the slasher. Chucky, was one of those last iconic characters to come out in that decade, and just the way that character right there, the way Chucky has engraved himself into the pop culture consciousness is just absolutely incredible. And this movie is one of only 2, Child's Play and the original Pet Sematary, that actually did frighten me as a child. It did freak me out. Chucky was scary when I was a kid, but I give this a 10 out of 10. I mean, this is not a perfect film. I get that there are flaws, but I pretty much love everything about the original Child's Play. Cute little Andy Barclay, Alex Vincent, he had his, Karen Barclay, his mother just playing that, at first was like, I can't believe you, your little doll is making all these problems. The birthday present I got you, no. And then her child gets taken away, and she threatens to throw him in the fire, and Chucky snaps. And then from that moment on, you get that badass psychotic Chucky. I love the third act with, through the apartment and, with the detective and the mother and Andy there, and they got to take Chucky out, and they shoot him in the heart and supposedly kill him. But just this film spawned a very, very good franchise, and I do think it is underrated. It gets overshadowed by the big guns, by the big 3 primarily. I don't think Child's Play as a whole gets enough credit, but I will always, always hold this film in high regard and near and dear to my heart. Thank you guys very, very much. Until next time, take it easy. Peace out.